you want to draw landscapes and design buildings and architecture, you need to understand perspective and how to create depth with multiple objects. In this short video, I'm going to explain what a perspective grid is and how it helps you construct a three-dimensional world on a two-dimensional surface. Although I am using Photoshop in this tutorial, the principles are exactly the same with pencil and paper. In order to create perspective, just like in real life, you need to use the three dimensions of depth, width, and height in your drawing. The very first step to create those dimensions is to build a perspective grid that will serve as a directional guide to help you draw the different planes of the elements in your scene. To start your grid, you need to establish a horizon line, which is always located at eye level. This horizon line is where you are going to put what is called a vanishing point. A vanishing point is a point towards which multiple parallel lines converge on the horizon and give a sense of depth to your scene. They will serve as the guides I mentioned before. In a one-point perspective grid, there is only one single vanishing point on the horizon, usually around the center of your drawing. The parallel lines converging towards that point establish the dimension of depth. The parallel lines running horizontally in front of you in your drawing constitute the dimension of width. They technically run towards vanishing points on the left and the right, but you cannot see those vanishing points because you are facing towards a direction that is perpendicular to your left or your right. The parallel lines running vertically in front of you in your drawing constitute the dimension of height. They also technically run towards vanishing points above and beneath you, but you cannot see those vanishing points because you are facing towards a direction that is perpendicular to your up or down direction. You have now a one-point perspective grid, which allows you to draw three-dimensional objects in a one-point perspective environment. Now let's say you turn your head towards the right. The vanishing point on the horizon in front of you moves towards the left, and soon you can see the other vanishing point on your right that was invisible in the previous perspective grid. The lines that were horizontal in the previous grid are now converging towards that second vanishing point. The vertical lines stay vertical and parallel. You now have a two-point perspective grid that allows you to draw objects in a two-point perspective world. Finally, if you start looking up, the vertical lines from the previous grid also start converging towards a far up vanishing point. This creates a three-point perspective grid that allows you to build objects in a three-point perspective world. In my next videos, I will show how to draw simple objects in 1, 2, and 3-point perspective environments.